महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
This statement all that is here is Ishvara. Ishvara is a word used to point out the cause of this world. The cause of this world. A translation will be, in English, the Lord. You can use the word God. God is an abused word, understood differently. Each one understands. The one who says, I believe in God, understands his own belief of God. And one who says, I don't believe in God, he also has got an understanding of God, which he doesn't believe. So everybody has a concept of God. Only God can put up with this. These all misunderstood. If he has to complain how he is not understood, then we can complain. No end. Therefore, the word for Ishvara, the equivalent word would be the Lord. No word is going to be equivalent to Ishvara unless it is commented upon. Because the vision is different. Therefore, we are not going for synonyms, equivalents. We try to understand the word Ishvara. Therefore, neither God nor Lord is going to work. Why? Because these words are understood differently, but here what is being said, all that is here, known and unknown to you, is Ishvara. Is an equation. Ishvara is all that is here. All that is here is Ishvara. So you are predicating all that is here as Ishvara to be understood. I understand all that is here means you can just different models you can take. I have given a model of different orders. All that is here can be brought under one order, total order, consisting of a physical order, a biological order, a physiological order, and a psychological order, and epistemological order, order of dharma and karma. We will look into that order I am not talked about. So, one order. This is Ishvara. Understand here. Order means, you know what it is, order. How do you know there is an order? This is what you understand. When physical order means physics. Biological order means biology. Physiological order means physiology. Psychological order means psychology. You try to understand. Understand this? My God. All this are Ishvara, yes. All these are Ishvara and more. The human intellect is given, suppose, a problem like this. Is there a creator? Ask a question. Human intellect will answer. Generally, if there is one, he is not locally available. This is how the human response would be. He is not locally available. Because if there is a creator, he must be all-knowing. And I don't find anybody all-knowing. And therefore, locally he is not available. Locally means, understand, Rishikesh. On this planet, that is also local. In the solar system, locally one person is not available. Is it necessary to think of a creator? If there is one, it is good to know. Because to be objective is to know what is. You cannot be objective without knowing the presence of, if there is one, you have to know. And if that person is also, you are connected to that person in certain ways, you have to know. Because you have to find your position in the scheme of things. A person is appointed in a factory as a supervisor. You know, as a supervisor. In India we have a word supervisor. I think everywhere it is supervisor. He is supervisor. And he begins to supervise. He joins duty. See, look at the sentence. And he joins duty and begins to supervise. What will he supervise? No, I am a supervisor. All right, you are a supervisor. What will you supervise? Just supervise. have to know your position in that scheme. Understand this well. What is your slot? You don't rub anybody there. And you have a slot. You have certain job to supervise and you do that job. And to be in place, to be objective, not to get rubbed by anybody, and not to disturb anybody, the scheme which has to work. I should just know the whole scheme. And in the scheme, who is my boss? What kind of power I am delegated to? And what I am expected of? I should know all this, and who are all the people who are supposed to report to me? And what is expected of each one of them? I must see myself related to the scheme. As a participant, as a contributor, as a participant, and as a partaker, as a beneficiary. All these I should know. Then I won't rub anybody. There may be a crowd of 500 people. All of them are working for me. I am the supervisor. No problem. Because I know exactly whom I should talk to, who are all the captains, and I have got to work with. If I know, I'm not, the number of people doesn't mean any disturbance to me. To be disturbed, you don't require one more person even. You are enough. So this scheme of things that we talk about is the entire Jagat. Jagat, as I told you, all that is here. It's given. If there is a giver for this given, the Veda tells, it's purely Vedic vision. And you cannot negate it. It's a Vedic vision which cannot be negated. It just goes and sits there. That is the truth of it. What cannot be negated is truth. I was giving a talk in the university of some place in North Carolina. And I said Vedanta is a means of knowledge. It's a teaching. And it tells you what is truth. There was one professor of physics. He asked me, do you say that you define truth? I said, yes. He laughed. How can you define truth? What is the definition you have? Any definition is only a point of view. How can you define? There cannot be an absolute definition. Because any definition is you take a stand and then you define. From another stand you define differently. And therefore, so how do you define truth? Because any definition can be negated. If you change the standpoint. And I said, I will still define. Yeah. Come on, please define. So after some discussion, I said, what cannot be negated is truth. What cannot be negated at any time by anybody is truth. What can you do? He tried to negate it and then he could not. Then he said, my God, how it didn't strike me. How it didn't strike me. Abhaditam satyam. That which cannot be negated is truth. The Veda tells me that this is the truth. All that is here is Ishvara. This is the truth. You cannot negate it. I cannot negate it, otherwise I don't get it also.
Mahaganapatin Manasa Smarami Mahadeva Mudam Shirasa Namami Mahaganapatin Manasa Smarami